Good afternoon, guys. I'm back to sobriety again. Yeah. So right now I'm going to go over all of volume 1 because remember I'm doing this every single day, so it builds up. Enunciation Perfection session number 116 is in action right now. That is this video. So look at right now. I'm going to go over my volume 1 release because I want to release this by the end of January, and we are in the end of January already. It's January 21st, 2026, 4:58 p.m. So I edited my course introduction a little bit. I made it prettier because, I mean, over time you get better at crafting documents, and I've just been getting better, and now my old documents look ugly to me. So I'm perfecting them to be better, which is very, very, very good because now I can release something better than I made to begin with. But it's the same thing. So I am upgrading this thing, my original, because I have already done I'm already done with all my sessions. I'm at 116, session number 116 right now. I'm just lagging it on releasing it because I don't know how to. I don't know if I'm going to be successful at it, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell it, but my goal is to at least have it boxed in 10 volumes already to be able to sell them. And if I can't market them to sell them, then I need to do something else, right? So I need to do this, and I want to do it perfectly so that it is enticing to buy. And it is a great product. My sessions are your best friend that you have every day to enunciate alongside you, to make yourself better. So you can't go wrong with purchasing my course, or if I'm gifting it to you, please do not take it. Do not accept it if you're not going to use it, because this is valuable stuff, and somebody actually can learn from that if they want to learn, and if they actually do what I tell them to do, which is enunciate every single word out of their mouth for 30 minutes for 30 days, they will have improved their speech. I promise. It's the simple act of practicing making perfect, or at least better, or improving. Okay, so that is what I aim to give you guys. I'm not just trying to sell myself talking all the time. I am giving you guys the chance to have someone, to have something to force you in your mind to be better. To be a better version of yourself. To speak better than you did last month. And you can do it. And I'm also introducing all of my ideas so I can share with you guys a little bit about me, and you guys get to know me a little bit more throughout the videos, because I'm one to be myself. I'm one to fall off of the script and speak from my mind. And I don't know if you like that, or some people don't like it, some people hate it, some people love it, but it's me. So I embrace me, and I want you guys to embrace me too. Yeah, that was a hug. So let's do this. Greetings. My name is Nicholas Joseph Rosales, and I have designed this comprehensive program with the explicit purpose of elevating your spoken English to the highest level of clarity, confidence, and precision. The core objective of this course is to systematically eliminate common barriers to effective communication, including regional or foreign accents. Damn it. So I messed up. So you guys will tend to mess up sometimes, especially when you're on the spot. Like, I don't know, I always fuck up, but mistakes make you better. I know it seems stupid because mistakes I could rather not have mistakes. I'd rather be perfect, but not everybody starts off perfect, alright? And I'm on session 116. I should be perfect, but I'm not. Nobody's perfect. However, we are working towards it together. So you guys can see my mistakes. You guys could witness my mistakes. I don't give a fuck. I know everyone makes mistakes. We're all human. And that was a little mumble in my speech there. So who cares? Do not let that dissuade you from purchasing my course. are my sessions, because they are valuable. I mean, to me, I worked hard on this, you guys. I spent 3.5 months of my life sober, dedicated, hardworking, pushing this, creating this every single day, and now I'm perfecting the ending of it so I can release it finally. Yay! I want to release it by the end of January. That's like 10 more days, you guys. Or 8 more days, actually. No, wait, that's February. February has 28 days in it. January has 31 days in it. So I still have some time. January 21st, from January 21st through the end of January, I want to release my course, okay? It was scheduled on my calendar for January and February. I have both Enunciation Perfection scheduled to actually be done and ready, sellable. I already have my sessions that I recorded already on a flash drive. 30 minutes a day for 30 days. Each session is in a folder titled Enunciation Perfection, okay? And in that folder, there are other folders, okay? Subfolders. And these folders are labeled by session numbers and days. You've got session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4. Okay, and how I want you to do this is you are going to watch the welcome video, which should be this one, or the introduction video, which should be this one, or it will be in your session 1 folder contents. I have made the document, and that is this thing. It is saved inside your introduction folder, so you will be able to read this alongside me. And I implore you to do so for your first time and enunciate every word. Over the sessions, I introduced some of my ideas with the help of artificial intelligence, AI. I embrace it and I utilize it a lot in my daily life because it enhances it gets what I want across in an efficient way, in a professional way, in a way that people can comprehend and appreciate. And I like that shit. Excuse my language. I like that a lot. So I'm going to continue with this, and I want you guys to enunciate along with me. I'm also going to have a folder labeled your videos. And these are going to be where you save the videos of yourself enunciating content as well. I want you guys to be able to witness your own time lapse of improvement. And when you guys do, you guys will know that it was all worth it. And if I gifted this to you, then you guys know that you would appreciate it. Because if we all in America, everywhere, effectively communicate efficiently and we all understand each other, there's no misunderstandings or no miscommunication lines, everything's going to run smoother, okay? Everything. And it starts with us working on us. And that's exactly what we are doing together. We are both working on us together. With an obligatory sense in our mind to do it. Because now we have you, my accountability, and you have me, your accountability. We are going to be here with you day by day by day. And if you take this and do day 1, day 2, day 3 faithfully, we will have a connection. Even though I recorded this maybe a long time ago and you are watching it barely now, you will be able to notice the real-time improvement similarities in me and you if you are doing this faithfully. And you will be proud of yourself. I know it might seem unimportant to some people, or not a big deal, or kind of stupid to some people because they probably speak perfectly or they already know how to speak well. But to us with flawed speech, who I've developed some flawed speeches, I got lazy along the years and I started this habit of mumbling, and I'm trying to rid myself of that, and I did, I believe. And I also started speaking in a rapid, excessive manner. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm trying to speak so everyone can understand, not just selfishly spit out words and just with the hope that they're going to get it. I'm going to say the words correctly so that they can hear it, and that my words are going to be meaning something. And I will be respected for it. So, Over the coming sessions, I will present a complete original framework I have developed through years of study and practice. Each day will focus on one primary concept in depth, along with its supporting subcomponents, much like the ingredients that combine to form a greater whole stack, like my upcoming Ambrosia 2.0, which in the coming sessions you'll understand that when you have an ingredient and you throw it with another ingredient, sometimes it synergizes and makes a greater whole effect, instead of just if it was by itself with another thing or by itself. So it's like 1 + 1 = 11, and I discuss this further along the lines because I'm developing a beauty regimen, not just a beauty regimen, a health regimen and a longevity regimen for human beings to take as a supplement stack, but not only a supplement stack, because I'm going to integrate this in food and drinks and moisturizers, and so I want to envelop your whole body with it. And I did some research on a theory that I have that is really plausible to why people thought there were Greek gods before. And what they ate was ambrosia, the food of the gods. So these gods were radiant, supposedly, right? They were seen as gods, so they must have been beautiful and stuff like that. So I figure the food of the gods made them immortal. Not made them immortal, but supposedly if you would eat the food of the gods, it would make you immortal. So I'll discuss more about this in later sessions, but basically I'm creating Ambrosia 2.0. This is going to be a regimen, a health regimen that you are going to use, and you are going to see beautiful results. Guaranteed. It is going to be a moisturizer. I'm going to have it topical, and I'm going to have it to where it's going to be a supplement full stack. And these supplements, you call it a stack whenever you combine supplements together. And if you research my ingredients in my Ambrosia 2.0 stack, you'll realize that they synergize majorly. And the effects that they have on your body, skin, longevity, and your health are amazing. So I'm throwing that together in all kinds of different ways. And I explain those ways in different sessions of the video. And I've created business plans. I've created keynote speeches. I've created ideas for products that I want to throw my ingredients into a blender and make a part of something else. So it's a lot that was going on. So a lot of times I will be discussing elements to my Ambrosia 2.0 full stack. Okay, and adding those to different things, such as an inhalant device. I know, it sounds weird, but if you think about it this way, when you smoke something or inhale something, it is not just gonna get you high, okay? So that is one way people think, like, oh, I'm not gonna smoke that because it's bad for you. Getting high can be bad for you. However, if you smoke something good for you, you will still reap some sort of effects. And these effects are meant to be beneficial, because they're a different way of administering medication into your bloodstream, into your lungs, and throughout your body. So, to ensure measurable progress, every session includes practical, ready-to-use materials, carefully crafted scripts, accompanying PowerPoint presentations, high-quality video recordings of myself delivering the content, and downloadable MP4 slideshows for offline review. I will also include a tutorial on how to make your own PowerPoint presentations, Microsoft Word documents, and even Excel spreadsheets. You will not only observe clear speech, you will actively practice it alongside me, and then adapt the same structures to express your own ideas on camera. By approximately session 15, both you and I expect to demonstrate a noticeable and dramatic improvement in overall pacing projection, and fluency. Sorry. I need some water. By the way, guys, I'm starting another business too, and in these things, these are all actionable ideas that I'm bringing to life. I'm bringing all of my ideas to life, and I would love some help with some of them. So if you feel you can be beneficial, and I can be beneficial to you, and we can work together on one of my ideas, and hey, hit me up. I don't mind speaking to you. I don't mind working with anybody. I'm doing this all by myself, so I'm basically working for myself right now, and it's like working pro bono. So I'm not getting any income, but I'm devoting all the money I get into what I'm doing here. And sometimes it's a lot of money, but it's worth it because I am working towards my goals and dreams. And those goals and dreams are not just for me. Those goals and dreams are for humanity. Those goals and dreams are to make the world a more better place. And by doing so, speaking efficiently is going to help. It is going to help everyone, especially whenever with confidence and being put on the spot and forced to speak every day. You are then practicing your skills. And if I force you to be my accountability buddy every day, you will be forced to speak words every day. But not just speak words. Intentionally speak words correctly. And since it's so easy to develop habits nowadays, speaking correctly will become a habit. But a great habit. A habit that you can stand. A habit that won't put you in rehab. A habit that you can love and embrace and just appreciate. Because not all habits are bad. You can have a habitual speaking perfectly hobby. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Speaking perfectly, intentionally every single day in these videos. And I don't regret 1 second of it. And I hope that it helps you guys, and I hope that it reminds you guys to at the very least, do it. Just fucking do it. I push myself to do it. Even if I look ugly, you'll see me in a video doing it. Even if I'm just, not feeling very good, I'll still commit to doing it. Because I did make a commitment. 3.5 months ago, I made a commitment to live and to make it worth it. As the timeless principle states, consistent overall pacing, projection. Overall pacing. I'm messing up right now really bad, but it's okay because this is just session 117 and it's not going to be the actual introduction in the actual introduction I'm not going to mess up on any word, and I'm going to read it. So I'm going to read it word for word because whenever I start swaying off, I start being myself, and myself, I just am not, perfect. I do not speak perfectly all the time. No one does. But I want to, and I'm working towards it. And some people are better at it than others, but when I speak off my head, sometimes I can mess up, just like anybody, right? So, from the very first session, commit to enunciating fully and intentionally with every exercise. That single disciplined habit is the foundation of transformative progress. Clear communication is more than a personal skill. It is a force multiplier for human cooperation. When we truly understand one another without friction or ambiguity, relationships strengthen, ideas spread faster, and the world functions with greater efficiency and harmony. This course is my contribution toward that vision. And your enrollment signals that we share the same aspiration to communicate with excellence, and in doing so, make the world a little better. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let us begin. With respect and commitment, Nicholas Joseph Rosales. Enunciation Perfection. So this is my original one, but so the next page, you'll turn the page and you'll see the table of contents. And it's a little picture of a guy holding a flash drive that says Enunciation Perfection by Nicholas Joseph Rosales. And that is what I'm going to give you guys. That is what I'm selling. That is what I'm giving. That is what I'm contributing to the world. And it's not just something that's stupid. It's going to help you. And it's going to introduce my ideas and get them out there. And I'm going to push them out there. Because my ideas are happening. After this session, after the first volume of sessions, the 30 days for 30 minutes, promise, I vary in my times. So my times are not always 30 minutes long. Okay, sometimes that's either too long or sometimes it's too short. But they are all at least going to be 30 minutes in volume 1. And then I start hitting the 20-minute sessions, and then it depends. They go longer sometimes whenever I just go on and on and on, depending on what I'm speaking about. So on day 1, I speak about Project Plubeit. And Project Plubeit is a cognitive sensory deprivation to enhance cognitive senses enhancements. Right? It's a study basically to, I'm going to explain this to you in the easiest way possible. It's a study that I created with the help of AI, and it's called Cognitive Sensory Deprivation to Achieve Cognitive Sensory Enhancements Study. And that is basically the act of losing one sense and gaining another. But I lost my sight in one of my eyes. I got an eye ulcer, okay? And I don't know if you can see it, but I hold myself on my TV in my living room. I have my name as Ulcerla because I thought it was fucking hilarious. And I do have an eye ulcer, and it is noticeable, and it does make me look different, and I do look fucking weird, but I fucking think it adds a little bit something extra. And my eye used to be beautiful, but now it's beautiful with a little something extra. And some might find it ugly. I found it ugly at first. It's fucking not normal, right? So, but it is not normal. But if I am anything, it's not normal. But I always embrace being not normal, or being a little weird, or being a little different. I fucking love that shit. I can't stand just normality. I'm like, and what the fuck is normal nowadays anyways? Who knows? But I do like a sense of normalcy. However, I do like a bit of weird too. Just like anyone else, I'm sure, right? I mean, you can't all just be plain Janes. So, I guess I meant to have an eye ulcer. I guess I meant to have something noticeably different about me. And it's a physical disability. However, if you guys only knew how much this has changed my life for the better. After getting my eye ulcer, like that sense cut off, for 1 month, I realized something switched in my head. Something was different, and my brain was actively getting smarter. And yes, I had became sober. I became sober on accident. I stopped doing drugs because I got sick for like a whole month. Because of my eye ulcer, and I don't know what I was sick with, but I was just bedridden for a whole month. And my eye, it was just horrible looking. It was so red, and it was worse than its state right now. And you know, sometimes it still gets red, but that gray doesn't go away. That gray in it, it does not go away. And I cannot see out of it. But losing that, and training myself for 1 month without having it, developed something in my mind. It made my mind work a little extra to make up for the lost sense of vision. And so that little stimulation did a mountain of a difference in my brain. Now I have complete focus every day. And I'm committed to doing this every single day. I craft my new ideas. I decided to introduce my ideas whilst enunciating every single day. So now I'm killing a lot of birds with one stone, because I'm getting my ideas heard and out there in front of investors. When I have the hard copy presentations, I have the business plans, I have everything set and ready, and I am working on actionable steps every single day. And my documents, let me tell you, they are beautiful now. So I hope you guys enjoy this volume 1. If I gifted it to you, and I will gift it to people, I mean, sometimes you have to give things to people so that they can witness it, and I'll be happy to gift it to you. I spent a lot of money on it. Yeah, sure, it was my hard work, and I hope that you will appreciate it, and I will make sure to give it to somebody who will. But I will be charging for it as well. I will be marketing this as much as I can. I'm selling myself, basically, because it is my business now. It is what my focus is. And I know a lot of people are like, he doesn't work, he doesn't do nothing. But little do they know, I am working. I'm doing my own work. I'm working for myself toward my vision and goals. And if that's not a boss, I don't know what is. I'm not gonna, just because you sit there and work for somebody and you get paid by money, I mean, that's great. I'm happy for you. I'm gonna need workers myself one day. Come to me later. However, that's good for some people. But I have dreams and goals that are not gonna be just put aside. I'm not gonna waste, I mean, I would love to work and make money. They would help my goals and dreams so much better, so much more. I don't mind working. I'm not saying I mean, this is my work though, so I'm devoting my life to all of this. I don't care what anyone thinks. If you think I don't work, you're wrong. This is work. If you see me working on my documents, if you see my documents, my PowerPoint presentations, everything that I have devoted into this program, you will know that I do work. I may not get paid like you do, but I'm not someone's slave either. So, day 1, session 1, I discussed this course, okay, of course. Day 2, session 2, I discussed Project Plubeit. And Project Plubeit is going to advance throughout the time, or not advance, but get slower, because during Project Plubeit, whenever I created it, I made a big ass packet, okay? It was my first thing I really worked on hard, okay? And it was this. I gifted people folders of this, and it was like a big ass fucking packet of stuff, and I gave people an eye patch with it to wear so they could cut off a cent so they could see that they can be smarter after that whole month. But some people won't even think about wearing an eye patch all day. And so I even spent a lot of my time contacting somewhere where I could get contact lenses created and made to occlude the eyesight in one eye so that people wouldn't have to wear an eye patch to actually experience this. So they can go on trying this and looking normal to other people, okay? Because if they have a problem with vanity, or if they don't want to look weird, or if they don't want to wear an eye patch, that is the main thing that's holding people back from actually giving this a try. Because if not, then why the fuck wouldn't you want to be smarter? And then I ask myself, would I have done it if somebody came up to me and asked me back then, whenever I did have both of my eyes? And then I realized I was forced into this. I don't know how I would have reacted if somebody would have gave this to me and said, here, try this. Put an eye patch on your eye for 1 month, it will make you smarter. I don't know if I would have said, okay, I'm pretty sure I would want to be smarter. Sure, it sounds great, yeah. And I believe, yeah, in one sense, you gain another, you lose one, you gain another. It's some common science, right? But God said, no, He knows me better. And He forced me. And He blocked out vision in one of my eyes. And so He forced my mind to be stimulated the way it has been for 3.5 months already. And trained me into becoming this version of myself. So, if you guys are interested in doing Project Plubeit, please just cover your eye for 1 month. It's a simple physical hack that you can do to wake up your brain, and mind. And let me just prove it to you this way. Stimulating your mind and thinking normally is cool, right? stimulating your mind and thinking differently than you do usually is a big change in stimulation. When your body realizes it can't see, after a couple days, it's going to start wondering and start working around your eye and doing things that your other eye used to do, like look twice. Whenever, because I can't see like this, so I bumped into a couple times. I bumped into people a couple times because I'm physically partially blind. So that little training of bumping into somebody and fearing of bumping into somebody, I look twice now. I have to look around twice. And that extra work that I'm doing just by living my life daily and on how many times I have to do it is a different type of stimulation in your brain that you're not used to, that's new to you. And if it keeps happening, if it keeps happening, and it did keep happening, it kept happening and happening and happening and happening, and it's still happening, it is a muscle working in my brain that is exercising and growing daily, and it's never even known it before. So it's like I planted a baby and it's growing inside of my head. So simple stimulation like that can do a lot cognitively. Session number 2, I also speak about the Adventures of Cawkamoko. This is a story I've read that I wanted to become a franchise of an amazing story that's also educational. And when I say educational, I mean it's based on historical facts. Facts that really happen throughout time, but I just wrap some magic in a story about an immortal fairy who appears like a normal human being to regular people. And he's a mortal, but not because he's a fairy. He's immortal because he was murdered. He was murdered and pushed into the fountain of youth that he stumbled upon on purpose by some guy named Ponce de Leon. And this is a fictional character, a real character from the past, Ponce de Leon. And I just threw this little twist in it. It's not what really happened to Ponce de Leon. I'm sure he was cool, but it is a story that is fictional yet has a lot of real-time historical effects. So I will have a historian working on this as well to actually back up the facts of the history that are well documented in history books and so on and so on and so on, and make a cool type of never-ending story. Because history keeps moving, you guys. There are still key events that are happening around us. There are still big historical things that are happening. So from 1492, when Columbus discovered America, there's a timeline that I created for this to work out. And I actually created a slideshow and presentation for you guys in one of these sessions about the Adventures of Cawkamoko. But let me tell you exactly how Cawkamoko started out. I wrote this little story about a little fairy creature named Cawkamoko, and he actually sold blow-up dolls at a swap meet. And there's a little story I wrote. It's called The Legend of Cawkamoko, and it is basically a story that I got inspired by my friend. He is short, and I just wanted to make fun of him, but I remember him, and I started writing it. Okay, so his name is Ezekiel. What's up, Ezekiel? What's up, Ezekiel? Down there anywhere? I'm just kidding. No, he's not that short, but he's my friend, and I always like talk about his shortness, and I always, but he's my friend, you know, like, and he's really cool and stuff like that. But he inspired me to write this video a little bit, and I hadn't talked to him in years, and I just texted him out of nowhere, and then he texted me back, and I was like, hey, and then I was excited to talk to him, and I realized, like, hey, we had some good times together, me and my friend Ezekiel. We used to actually, he would understand me, I felt like he would kind of get it. And we would kind of get each other in a way. And I think not many people that he knew could relate to him and to the way he thought. But I could relate to just about anybody. So we got along really well. Day number 3, session number 3, I talk about the Adventures of Cawkamoko again, and then day number 4, I talked to you guys about some songs that I've written, and I made a slideshow presentation for songs that I've written, and I call them psalms, just like the Bible calls them psalms. I call them psalms as well. So don't be confused and think that they were actual psalms from the Bible, because they are not from the Bible. I wrote them, and I just call them psalms. Okay? So I wrote a song called Sponge. I wrote a psalm called Never Doubt Yourself. And I wrote a song called The Enunciation of Nikki. Because I was enunciating every day. Alright. And then I have the moral list, because in every episode of Cawkamoko, the Adventures of Cawkamoko, I have a moral to the story. A moral that is meaningful, and a moral that I want to be shown how to learn within these in these sessions, or these videos of Cawkamoko, because I want it to be like a cool, big time Lord of the Rings type of thing eventually, or a Harry Potter type of thing, but just with more historical facts and just more exciting. You know what I mean? Like I want you to wonder. I want this to give you the wonder that there might be magic still out there. The wonder, or the idea that maybe we see things as fairy tales because we live in society that magic. There's no magic, of course not. But we live it. But there is, you guys. Like, love is magic, right? And the way that we feel towards each other and the way that we help each other, it is magic. It is a form of magic. Combining my Ambrosia 2.0 stack, it's a form of magic or science. Now, maybe they're one and the same. Maybe fairy tales can be scientific. Maybe back then we seen science as magic, but it's just knowledge. And I want people to realize that we do have magic. And that magic is knowledge. Alright, then I talked to you guys about the silicone butthole corkscrew. Now, I've always talked about this since a long time ago, because I had some incidents where I was constipated and I didn't know what to do. I'm not one to go to the hospital all the time. So I actually had to, the idea in my head was I was going to be able to pull out my shit with my hand out of my asshole. That was the idea in my head, but it does not work that way, you guys. It does not work that way, and it's just a horrible thing to when you try. So I actually tried that, but see, I couldn't reach it. I couldn't reach it. And I couldn't even, I'm not going to stick this whole thing in there. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Vincenzo, help me. No, so I ended up sticking my finger in my rectum to actually scrape off some of the compacted feces in my anus to get it out of me, because at that point I was getting sick already, because all those toxins were just building up inside of me. And that's what constipation can do to people. And not just sick, knowing that it was because of that, and that I just needed to push it out, but I was too weak to push it out, I would have just died. That's where that gets tricky, because since you can't reach and that thing's so hard, you're afraid you're going to push it up, but you have to chip it off. You have to chip it off little by little. And that's exactly what I did. I chipped it off little by little. And it was horrible thing to go through. It was a horrible thing to go through. So, you know those wine bottle corkscrews? The ones that go like this? And you pull out the wine bottle so easily? Picture that in silicone with one lever. And you use that to extract your compacted feces. or at least chip it off a little bit so that it can come out. And actually administer lubrication so your shit can glide out easier when you do take it out. Now, I decided to make this silicone because at first, when I was doing research about this and I was trying to create a business plan for it and I was trying to create a an acceptable form of introducing this product out there, I was using the dynamics of this winged corkscrew, and that was sending some red flags saying, no, it's dangerous, that's going to hurt you. And it was certainly right. AI was telling me no, but my body was telling me yeah. No, so AI was telling me no, so I was like, okay, well, whatever. So I decided to go and do this myself. So I decided to make it a silicone device. Now, knowing a lot of things like I do about sexuality and stuff like that, all these little gray areas people are scared of, I know people stick silicone products in their asshole daily, all the time, for pleasure. Now, why can't we create something that you stick in your anus that's not for pleasure? Well, it's actually gonna relieve you. It's gonna alleviate your constipation in an efficient way, better than your finger going in there trying to scrape it out. This is going to screw it in there and pull it out like a cork. Like a corkscrew. This is already at 41 minutes, but you will continue with this. I mean, every day is a different thing, a different topic, and sometimes I will touch a topic. And then, like I told you, my Ambrosia 2.0, it has certain ingredients, and I need to explain to you guys, whenever I finally bring out my Ambrosia 2.0 products, I need to explain to you guys that why I chose these full stack of ingredients. And whenever you read my research and my papers and my documents on why they synergize together, you will understand why I threw them together to create a magical potion. One that you can induce, one that you can put in your body, on your body, to give you longevity, to give you beautiful skin, to make you feel great, and all types of other benefits too, because it induces autophagy. And autophagy is a cellular recycling thing that your body does for cells. So this is session number 116 of Enunciation Perfection by Nicholas Joseph Rosales. And I will be releasing this very soon. By the end of January, you guys can expect to have a flash drive ready to buy. So I hope you're ready to buy it. I don't have many, so I'm going to start off with 10. Even if they're cheap, I'm going to do my best to make it the best. Okay, so I already have one. My first one I made. And yes, there are these little boxes that we got from Michael's actually, and I decorated it. And it already has my first 30 sessions in there. So I just need to, I want to perfect it and then add and then finally release it along with my documents. The documents that you guys can actually learn from, because I'm also teaching how to upload. After a while of uploading these videos, I learned that the best way to do it efficiently is to base it on search engine optimization, and that will basically get it out there. But look, this is my folder of sessions that I have already. Alright, so these are all hard copies documents. And these are all included, excuse me, there are business plans in here, there are ideas in here, there are freaking, this is like, all my work is in here for Enunciation Perfection. This folder is dedicated to it. Okay. And then I have my calendar to start. So I'm not going to be selling these folders, I don't think, because this is my folder, and this has all my work, okay? So like this one says the Immortal Lollipop, and you'll read that in session number, shit, session 56. In session 56, I talk about the Immortal Lollipop. That is basically to help people who are bulimic and fat, people who are fat and bulimic, to dissuade them from eating, or to make them give them a sense of normalcy. Like the bulimic people who are ashamed to be bulimic, and people are always talking shit about them because they're gonna go throw up after, or whatever, you know. This will give them the idea that they're eating something, or the look that they're eating something. This is Immortal Lollipop, okay? It's going to always have flavor. You're never going to consume any calories, so you're going to be fine. And also, for the fat person, or the overweight individual, it will help them by deterring their appetite, or give their mouth something to do that replaces the act of eating. Alright, well, thanks for watching. This is Nicholas Joseph Rosales, and this is Enunciation Perfection.